When Brooklyn completed the blockbuster trade last year, Coach Nash had a vision. This plan had sent Harden to Philadelphia on a package that was headlined by Simmons. While the thrice All-Star did not work out for the Nets last year, Nash remains pretty confident that Simmons will finally make his impact this time. Here, we'll look into how Simmons could be the potential wild card on the NBA's most exciting team.
But first, a reminder about our brand new giveaway. We're giving away a PS5 with a copy of NBA 2K22 and Madden 22. All you have to do is watch the full video, leave a like, comment the keyword hidden in the video, and make sure you're subscribed. It's that simple.
First off, what's cooking in Steve's head? With Ben Simmons out there are endless possibilities to imagine. Here's a sequence for you to think about. Ben Simmons hunts an all-star shooting guard on the one end before switching to an all-star swingman on the other, locking him down. As the shot clock approaches 0, he spots a last-ditch opportunity and turns over to smash a ball off the backboard. He takes the ball and sprints. Flanked by Durant and Irving, Simmons, a 6'10", all-seeing open floor threat, pulls two bodies simultaneously and passes off both defenders. As he closes in on two Brooklyn's all-star players, he dumps it off with a nice, no-look dime towards a wide-open Seth Curry around the corner. This two-way impact is what Nash has envisioned for Simmons. Though we haven't seen this level of playing come through him in a long time, Steve is fairly optimistic about the upcoming season. He understands Ben is one of the very few players with this kind of potential, and he feels that this is the time for the exceptional player to make his mark. The clock is ticking away as the season is now right around the corner. Regardless, Steve has emphasized the importance of patience over and over. While talking on ESPN, he elaborated on his plan for Ben in detail, followed by, "Patience is super important for the Nets coach." According to him, Ben is an exceptionally talented player with plenty of unique qualities. He understands entirely how hard it must be for anyone to return from back surgery and catch up on the practice that they have missed. This is why Nash isn't rushing into any improvement for Ben's side, because getting back on track takes time. He's fully supportive of the fact that Ben will need to spend some time playing to get his timing, confidence, and rhythm back. After he gets through a few matches, he might soon begin to play as he used to before surgery, and that is what the Nets need. He further elaborated on how he knows Ben has a great understanding of how playing works, but he needs to play in a flow. Once he gets back into the reps, he can gain better insights through the moments of confidence and indecision, things you can only learn when you're playing. Nash insisted quite a few times that Ben was just like anyone else, and anyone would need time to get back into shape after such a long time off. No one is expecting Simmons to get back up to his full power on day one. The potential Nash sees in him will eventually be unlocked, but things like that tend to take time, practice, and consistency. Up next, is this patience the best approach to take with Ben? There's no denying that playing in NYC and sharing the court with Irving and Durant comes with a spotlight that rivals any in the NBA. For a team with 17 nationally broadcasted games, Simmons will not be given the luxury of honing his skill in the calmer, friendlier bowels of NBA League Pass, as he did when he played alongside Joel Embiid. While Nash is right to be patient with Simmons, who still has unanswered questions about his mental and physical health, Durant knows the necessity of helping Simmons restore his confidence. How will he go about it? Durant believes Ben needs to be trusted. They all have to hype him up, allowing him to get out there whenever he seems ready. This would include passing the ball onto him whenever he's open and telling him to be aggressive with it. He insisted he won't be there to babysit him, especially because Ben understands when the time for him to become active arrives. He also encourages the fact that they can both give each other feedback. The energy and encouragement go both ways between Durant and Simmons, and that's just how things work. Nobody wants to highlight the fact that Ben might be behind everyone else in terms of practice, but to treat him as equal while still giving him the support he needs. Moving on, we're all waiting on the player's potential to be unleashed. In Durant's words, the game is all about throwing the ball in the hoop, and Ben is entirely aware of how the game works. They don't have to reiterate the basics to him every day, and he believes that this approach will be more successful in bringing Ben back on track. Playing with Durant and Irving will enable Simmons to exhale a tiny bit easier, knowing that he won't have to shoulder the responsibility of being the main or even the secondary creator when games become tight. While Simmons has never been recognized as a scorer, he has shown his capability when it comes to taking on the aggressive role. In 2019-20, he averaged averaged an all-time high of 11.9 drives a game, ranking above players like Tatum, Antetokounmpo, and George, among others. An aggressive Simmons is lurking somewhere in there. All he needs is some confidence to be unleashed. Another uncertainty relates to whether we will get to see it and when we will. In any case, it feels safe to assume that we'll get to see him shine through at some point. On the 19th of October, the Nets are going to open the season up against the Pelicans. We're all patiently waiting to see what happens and how Ben makes his comeback successful. Now, coming on to Durant being Klay Thompson's inspiration to come back in form. First off, Klay has quite a few kind words for Durant. Thompson suffered a devastating injury in 2019 summer during the NBA Finals. This effectively halted his career, derailing it entirely. Klay had previously been a contestant and reliable performer for the Warriors, excelling on both sides of the court. But following that injury, as well as the Achilles tear that came the following year, many questioned whether Klay would ever be that person again for Dub Nation. Thompson credits Kevin Durant with assisting him in overcoming the injuries and beating his comeback. Durant is now urging him to find his peak form again. Klay seems very hopeful for his chances of getting back to his all-star form. In his words, he drew a lot of inspiration from Durant, mainly because he had also gone through the same thing. When he was 30, he tore his Achilles tendon. After recovering, Durant ended up leading the league in scoring as if nothing had happened. Klay feels that if Durant could do it, so could he. Up next, we cannot forget about Klay's extraordinary comeback. Klay Thompson is widely known in the league for the way he can shoot from a distance. Aside from 2 injury-plagued seasons, Klay has been a member of the Golden State Warriors since the 2011 NBA draft. He has earned 4 championships with the team alongside being a 5-time All-Star who averages 19.5 points per game. He also shoots 45.8% of the field and 41.7% from deep. He returned from injury in the middle of the 2021-22 season, taking his time settling in. The Warriors had already established a powerful position thanks to Steph Curry's shooting barrage. Meanwhile, Klay took part in 32 regular season games as he averaged 3.9 rebounds, 20.4 points, and 2.8 assists. An amazing return performance. Though the injury has had its effect and slowed him down, there is no reason for us to lose hope. His progress has been extraordinary ever since his return, but his resolve is even better. The player is completely dedicated to getting back in shape, looking forward to performing at an all-star level during the next season. Finally, the Warriors coach is pretty positive about Klay. Steve Kerr is optimistic about Klay's performance in this upcoming season, saying that they're not trying to judge him based on his performance last year. Due to the nature of his injury, it had to take him a while to get back in proper shape, which is why they're looking forward to his performance this season. Everyone realizes the great potential that he holds within him, and they know that his spirit will not let an injury hold him back from being himself. Last season, Klay played better than anything we could have hoped for from him, knowing what he had gone through. Looking at the trend, we can expect him to be even better this season. Given a complete summer off from rehabilitation, it'll be intriguing to see Klay's productivity in the 2022-23 season. To boost their prospects of defending their championship, the Warriors will need the greatest version of Thompson on the court. Only time will reveal what's going to happen, and we're all hyped up to see his performance. And that's a wrap, folks. What are you guys predicting about Simmons and Thompson's comeback? Tell us in the comments below, and as always, make sure to click that like button and subscribe to our channel so you never miss out on more steamy updates about what goes on around the court. See you in the next video.